Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. I am going to be talking about the top 5 reasons why he won't leave his wife for the other woman. As a counselor to heterosexual couples, I'm going to direct myself today to the other woman. And these are the top 5 reasons that I have found most men don't leave their wife for the other woman. Let me first add the caveat. If a marriage is broken, if the marriage was an arranged marriage, if it was not a love marriage, if it was a shotgun marriage, then many people do split up. Then many men do leave their wives. But barring those circumstances, if you're involved with a married man, you must think about these reasons. There's different ways we justify getting involved with a man who has other commitments. Putting all judgment aside, it's best to weigh both sides of the issue and actually take a professional, non-biased look at the relationship that you're having and ask yourself if you truly think it's going to end well. I counseled a couple in a marriage of over 30 years, and it was the wife who was considering leaving for another man. As it turned out, she was never going to leave her husband. But why not? What kept her committed to her husband? What would keep your man with his current girlfriend or his current wife? If you are the other woman and you expect this relationship to succeed, you must ask yourself this question quite often. But are you asking yourself the right question? First and foremost, I do want to say um, this applies to any couple, married or not, in a long term relationship. So think about that because I know you may be thinking you have a fighting chance, but when it's a long term relationship, you have to look at these things. Number one, she's gained like 35 pounds over the years. You know you look pretty hot compared to her. Why would he choose her instead? The reality here is that when someone falls in love truly and deeply, they see the other person with the eyes of their soul. Men don't want to say these things out loud, but they are just as corny as most women. Nevertheless, men can separate sex from true feelings easily. Women do that too. So they're programmed to look at a pretty face and especially a hot body. For some, it's such a temptation that they simply can't resist. But their wife is not in that category. Their wife in their eyes is the same woman they met 12 years ago or 20 years ago or 30 years ago. The attraction is on a deeper level. The connection was built over many rainy days, arguments, financial challenges, illness, and family tragedy. He's attracted to her soul. Being prettier and sexier won't help you win this game. Number two, she doesn't understand him. Yes, it's true. You'll sit with him and watch hours of football, throw back shots of Patron, and watch porn with him. You know what he likes, and he eats it up like it's going out of style. However, did you know he didn't really care that she won't do these things with him? He won't leave her for that. He knows in his heart that he can get his buddies to share a lot of those activities with him. And it's a fair trade off. He won't go to the mall with her or go watch a romantic comedy with her, and he gets his time with his buddies to do these things. But what if he really enjoys doing these activities with you specifically? Yes, of course. What heterosexual man wouldn't enjoy doing some of these activities with a hot, sexy woman? It's just an opportune situation for him. He's not going to walk out on his family for this. He'll just milk it for as long as he can. You see, he never cared about these things when he married her. He was used to having those side guy activities all his life with his friends. He wasn't thinking that was going to change. Number three, she nags him all the time. Listen, in a long term relationship, a lot of women start to turn into their mothers, and many times they start mothering their men also. But you know not to do that, right? Unfortunately, though, statistics show that most men who have mothers or sisters and later get married have been kind of trained by these ladies. They aren't surprised to find lingerie hanging in the restroom, and they're not surprised that the woman nags them about leaving their socks on the floor. Men who understand women know all too well that we all nag. And if we're not nagging now, it's because we haven't been around him long enough. He knows that as soon as you two share a complete life together and you get to see all his sloppy dude sides, you'll nag just as much. Number 4, she uses the kids to keep him in the marriage or relationship. Really now? I've heard this so often it still surprises me. You don't think a man should stay because of the kids? Wait a minute. Of course she holds him responsible for his kids. This is the reason why he respects her on a level you have yet to understand as the other woman. A couple makes babies together and they make a commitment to those children for life. It's an unspoken vow that's stronger than any marriage. The relationship of parent and child will precede and succeed anything else in his life. This woman merged blood, family, and went through hellish pain and agony to give him an heir or two or more. When he holds those children in his arms, there's a deep gratitude and attachment in his heart that no one can ever break. He won't stay with her because of the kids. He just feels he can't leave her because of the kids. He wants his children to have the best possible family scenario, and he won't destroy that possibility over hot sex, booze, submissive or promiscuous behavior. So the last thing, number 5, is when you think he's not leaving her for financial reasons, that it would be more expensive to pay child support and no, I'm sorry, sweetie. Money isn't going to keep a man in an unhappy marriage. If he finds true value in his wife on a soul level, if he wants his children to have the best of everything, a 2-parent home, he is not going to be concerned about the finances. That might be what he's telling you, but it's not that. I've given you 5 reasons why he won't leave his wife. So yes, now that you know these reasons, you might just think you actually want a man like that, a loving, committed, responsible man. He might fool around with you now, but when he comes to his senses, he's going to go right back to his nest. So think about that. If that's the type of man that you want, isn't that what you deserve? Someone who's not a cheater? That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.